Hi, mathletes. Are you ready to stretch your brain? Well, today's problem comes from the problem solving experiences in mathematics. So, weasels, sneezels, and measles are playful, whimsical terms from the Winnie the Pooh stories by A. Milne. They appear in the poem The More It Snows, which is part of the house at Pooh Corner. In this poem, Pooh reflects on the passing of the seasons, but these words are used to represent imaginary illnesses or symptoms that might afflict Pooh or his friends in a lighthearted, nonsensical way. So here's an excerpt that includes them. And when the wind is high and the trees are bare, the weasels and the sneezels are the worst of the lot. I'm sorry to say that the measles and the sneezels are simply the worst of all. So let's use these whimsical words for our question of the week. All measles are weasels. All weasels are sneezels. There are 12 measles. 6 sneezels are not weasels. There are 28 sneezels. How many weasels are not measles? Whew, that was a tongue twister. Okay, you can pause the video here, and when you finish, you can resume and we'll see how you did. Welcome back. So, I wanted to just unpack this problem first. So first of all, how many measles are there? Well, it looks like there's 12. And what is meant by all measles are weasels? Well, that means that 12 measles are also weasels. Can something be a weasel and not a sneasel? No, all weasels are sneezels. Okay, so how about if we draw a picture to solve this? So first of all, what do I know? I know that there are 12 measles. So I'm going to make that my center circle. And I'm going to use concentric circles for this picture. The next thing that I know is that all measles are weasels. So I can draw another circle that includes the measles, and those would be my weasels. And thirdly, I know that all weasels are sneezels. So the third concentric circle can be my sneezels. Now, I also know that there are 28 sneezels. So in that outer circle, I can put 28. So I know the number of measles and I know the number of sneezels, but I don't know the number of weasels yet. So let's see where else we can find this information in the question. Oh, here it is. 6 sneezels are not weasels. So if we have 28 sneezels, we subtract the 6. That should give us the number of weasels, which is 22. And now we go to the final question. How many weasels are not measles? Well, we know the number of weasels is 22. We can subtract 12 because we know the number of measles, and that gets us 10. So 10 weasels are not measles. Whew, how did you do? Was that tricky? Well, if it is, it just means that your brain was growing. Want to grow some more? Well, here's an extension. This time, there are 10 measles instead of 12. All measles are weasels. All weasels are sneezels, so that hasn't changed. But half of all the sneezels are weasels, and there are 30 sneezels. So how many weasels are not measles? Again, you can pause the video, and when you're ready, you can resume. Welcome back. Did you draw another picture? Because that's what I did. Okay, I used my concentric circles again, and this time instead of 12 measles in the middle, I put 10. So now we have 10 measles. And again, just like before, all measles are weasels. So my next circle are my weasels, and also the same, all weasels are sneezels. So there's my third concentric circle, and there's my sneezels. All right, what do we know about the sneezels? Well, there's 30 sneezels, so we can put the 30 in for sneezels. And then what do we know about the weasels and the sneezels? Well, half of all sneezels are weasels. So if we have 30 sneezels, we divide it by 2, and that gets us 15. So we have 15 weasels. And now we can answer our question. How many weasels are not measles? We have 15 weasels and 10 measles, and the difference is 5. Therefore, 5 weasels are not measles. Thanks for watching as always. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. That way you'll never miss a new question of the week. Remember, new problems every week. I'd love it if you commented below. Maybe you can tell me how hard you thought it was or what strategy you used, but don't give any spoilers. And if you really liked it, you could share it with a friend. Maybe somebody else who'd love this challenge. You can send it their way.